Hey folks, welcome to another lesson on how to ride a motorcycle for the very first time. This is not a good motorcycle to start off for the first time. This is a Yamaha R1. It's basically a street legal racing bike, but it's going to do what we need it to do, and we're going to show you how to brake, how to stop the motorcycle, how to shift the motorcycle. We're going to show you counter steering and throw in some other lessons as well. So first what we're going to do is we're going to take a walk around the bike and we're going to show you what all the levers do. And we'll use our handy dandy pointer here. So let's use this tire pressure gauge. Traditionally, on most motorcycles, the right side is braking. This is the front brake, you squeeze the lever there. This is the rear brake, your foot pushes down there. We'll get on the motorcycle in a moment and we'll go over some other things. So the right side, if you're on the motorcycle, the right side's braking, right? What's the left side? Left side is shifting. This is the clutch lever. This is the gear shifter. This is like the shift lever. A great way to understand how this works is imagine a ladder that you climb up and down, and the bottom rung of the ladder is first gear, and then the second rung, we're going to call that neutral, and then the next rung up is second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So you're always kicking up to shift upward. Some guys that race motorcycles, they'll reverse it where you kick down to shift upward, but basically when you get the bike stock, it'll be where you shift upward, shift downward, and whatnot. So let's say you're in first gear, where you start off in first gear. You're going to kick up. Slight kick up will bring you to neutral. If you kick up with just regular force, you'll be in second, and then you kick up again third. Now we're going to take this motorcycle out onto the streets, so let's get ready for that. And what we're going to do is we're going to go hands-free here. So put the camera here, and we're hands-free. So let's get on the motorcycle and I'll show you some stuff. I just turned the key on. That will engage it with the battery there. We'll start it in a moment. Okay, so this is the throttle. Okay, this will make you go fast or slow based on how you adjust the throttle. You'll pull back this way to accelerate. If you actually let go of it, it's spring loaded, it automatically goes back. This is the starter right here. We just started the motorcycle. This is a stabilizer bar, so it helps at fast speeds to be able to keep the handlebar stable. This here is where you put the key in. Obviously you have all the gauges here. We just gassed up. So what we do when you gas up on most motorcycles, if they don't have a fuel gauge, you click reset, and that resets the odometer to 0. And as you get to know your bike, you'll know how many miles you can go before you need to gas up. This handlebar here does nothing. That's just to control the motorcycle. Both of them here. This one, of course, is the throttle. You have the brights. See the little blue light down there going off and on and off. You have the turn signal left. Then you push to the right to make the turn signal go right. And check this out. You push in like this way to shut it off right here. You have the horn. And horn, not too loud, but it does the purpose. And so you got some frame sliders here in case we crash. So let's get going. Kickstand up. Kickstand's spring loaded. You just kick it up there, it goes up. So it's good to go somewhere, I would suggest, like a giant parking lot, or somewhere where there's not a lot of cars. Notice there's not a lot of cars around here going up and down the street. And then you practice, and what you're going to do is you're going to pull the gear shift lever in, and we're going to show you how to do this, and then we're going to go out onto the streets and show you braking. So first what you do is put the gear shift lever in. Watch my foot here, I could show you. You kick down, watch the neutral light. Now the light's off, right? I'm going to kick up, now it's on. 1, 2, 3, kick down. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, kick down, and we're in gear. You slowly let the clutch out. You'll start to feel the motorcycle moving forward, and then you give it a little bit of throttle while letting the clutch out, and now you're in first gear. Go very slow as you learn, but as you're coming up to the stop sign, you're going to clutch in, the bike starts to slowly start to squeeze the brake. Your left foot should always come down first over here on the left, because your right foot sometime will be using the brake. So notice we're still in gear. You got to remember you're still in gear. No one's behind us, so watch this. You're going to slightly kick up. Now it's in neutral. Notice both feet down. You can relax. That's like if you're waiting for traffic or whatever, you can do that. So now we've showed you how to go into first, right? Let's go up to second. Kick down to first. Remember the ladder. It's first, neutral, second. So if I slightly kick up from first, watch, neutral light goes on. But what happens if I kick up all the way where I hit metal? You'll feel it on your foot. So we're going to do that. So we're in first. If you can get past first, you got this. Now watch. Remember the ladder. Clutch in, kick up into second, release the clutch while rolling on. So we're in second. Clutch in, release the throttle, kick up to third, release the clutch lever, roll back onto throttle. Excuse me. See how you do that? Now, most guys, they're not going to look at the instrument panel and everything. You're going to listen. You can hear the motor, and you'll listen, and you can hear when you need to shift. So what gear are we in? We're in third. So let me show you some stuff. We're going to go up to fourth. Clutch in, kick up to fourth, release. Now hopefully we'll come to a stop, and I'll show you something. If I'm coming to a stop, I immediately am going to pull the clutch lever in, but I release the throttle first. Don't keep the throttle on as you're coming to a stop. So no one's behind us. Watch this. I'm going to kind of slow down. Release the throttle. I start braking. Watch me downshift as I'm braking. Clutch and kick down, release. Notice I'm going to get a little bit more throttle here. Now I'm going to show you counter steering. See the sign right here on the right? I'm going to pull forward towards me here on the right while I'm going through this corner. Watch what I do. Actually, I'm going to pull forward here. Watch. Right here. As I'm pulling forward, that leans the bike to the left. And that's counter steering. You actually apply pressure to one side of the motorcycle or the other. Now we're going to go right, so what are we going to do? We're going to pull back here on the left and kind of push a little bit here. Watch. See if I can show you. I have my eyes peeled ahead, but I'm pulling back here on the left. See how I do that? Practice that when you're going straight. Just pull left, right on the handlebar. Watch. I'm going to pull left back towards me here, this way. Watch what happens. It leans it. See how it does it? Let's do it again here. Hold that pressure, and it'll hold it all the way around the corner. So here we have one to the left. I'm going to pull towards me on the right then. You'll get used to it. It's just a natural thing that happens. Watch how we hold it all the way through. Let's pick up, shifting up. So hopefully we get a light, and I'll show you how to stop. Now we're going to shift up again. So notice, clutch in, release throttle, kick up, release clutch lever. That's how you do it. Speed limit's 55 right here, so it's good. You don't have to really do anything or hold the clutch lever or anything once you're in gear. If you've never ridden a motorcycle and you've driven a stick shift car, a manual stick shift car, then you'll take to this a lot easier. I strongly encourage people that have never driven a stick shift car to learn that first, because that way if you stall the car, you're just there on all four wheels. Learn that first and it'll make it easier to ride a motorcycle. It's not a requirement, but okay, now watch this. Clutch in, kick down, slowly squeezing the brake. I'm still in gear. Clutch in, kick down, release. Clutch in, kick down, release. Clutch in, slightly kick down. I'm in neutral. Now I'm holding the brake. No one's behind us, thank goodness, because I want to show you something. Watch this. Clutch in, kick down. We got the green. Slowly release the clutch lever while you're going. Again, you're going to do this faster. Clutch in, kick up to second, release. You're going to do this faster as you start to learn the gears. So we're in second, right? Clutch in, kick up to third, release. Now we're going to be taking you on a real beautiful road over here. Lots of livestock and stuff. And what is this going across the road? Run, little piece of plastic! Run your little baggy legs off. Okay, so let's get on it a bit. And we'll get you some good speeds too. We're just kind of in beginner's mode. Clutch in, kick up. When you're new, try to memorize what gear you're in. Am I in third or fifth? Or because you'll forget. So every time you kick up, okay, now I'm in fourth, now I'm in fifth. And as you go down, now you're in fifth again, now you're in fourth, now you're in third, like that. So let's go all the way up to 6 just to show you something. I'm in 6 right now. I kicked all the way up. It's barely breaking a sweat, even under 4 grand. So I want to show you how you come to a stop. You downshift, you time it. See how I'm in 6, I'm starting to coast, right? Just kind of like what I'll do. Then I'll downshift to 5th, release. I'm not really putting the brake on yet. Downshift to 4th, release. No one's behind me, so you can do this. Downshift to 3rd, release. Start braking now. Downshift to 2nd, release. Now remember, we're in 2nd. We're still moving in a good speed for 2nd gear, so we're going to keep it in 2nd. Now we have some windy roads up here that pick up some good speeds, so we're going to show you some counter steering. But you notice anything? Let's kind of let this guy go so I can give you some good speeds. Hold on. You notice piece of dust in my eye. Hold on. You notice that you do a lot of shifting, don't you? You're always shifting up and down, up and down. So here we go. Get on it now. Clutch in, kick up. So remember, you release throttle, clutch in, kick up, release clutch lever, roll back on, all within an instant. So I'm going to do it real fast now, right now. When I say, I'm going to say, go, stop, and watch how fast. Go, stop. That's how fast you do it. I just did that whole thing within that time. Go, stop. You can do it even faster than that, but you get the idea. Now I'm going to downshift. Go, stop. Downshifting because, oh, right, this guy's getting out of the way, so we're going to get you some good speeds here. Counter steering. Watch what happens here. We're going to pull back towards us here on the right. See how it leans the bike? Remember, there's a big bump here somewhere that got me last time. We're going to pull back towards us on the left because we got a corner coming up here on the right. So let's kind of ride that middle line here. Pulling back towards me on the left just a little. We have a real strong counter steering corner here. Notice to the right. So what I'll do, because they'll cut over sometimes, kind of stay in the middle of the lane, pull the handlebar back on the left. I'm holding the pressure. I'm actually pushing forward here on the right too. Look at that sign. Motorcycle riders love that sign. Doing a lot of counter steering there. I'm in 6. We're just kind of coasting down a steep hill. I don't know if you get the effect of it. I'm going to pull towards me on the right. Watch this. The R1 is just made for this, so it's effortlessly doing it. So, what are you going to do here? Just a slight pull towards us on the right. See how it leans it? You've got to learn this. You've got to learn this, because if you go on YouTube, you'll see people going around these corners even not as sharp as this corner right here. Not even as sharp as this one, and they'll crash. Why? Because look, you've got to learn counter steering. You've got to learn that. And the people that are crashing, in most instances, when you see them and they're going so slow, you're like, what the heck happened? Well, they do not know how to counter steer, and there's no shame in that, because we've all been there where we have to learn it. The best way to learn it, I'm going to show you, is you don't want to learn counter steering on roads like this. You want to learn it on just straight, you know, when you're practicing just going straight. Now, we're in 6th gear. Watch this. Downshift to 5th, release. I'm not braking. Now I'm starting to brake because traffic's backed up. Downshift to 4th, release. All the while braking. Downshift to 3rd, downshift to 2nd, neutral, and then I'll just kind of coast here. Now, we're gonna let this traffic go so we can let's go like this in case another car comes. We're going to let, and here comes the traffic behind me, we're going to let this traffic go so we can get some space between us so I can show you some stuff. Okay, so I'm in neutral, I stop, kick down, slowly release the throttle. When you're new, hold on, clutch in, kick up to 2nd. When you're new, make sure that you're going and your bike's not going to stall before you lift both of your feet up on the pegs. Kind of have your feet ready, because I've seen that happen as it stalls and the bike falls over and your feet aren't ready to kind of hold it up or to stop you from falling over to light. Clutch in, kick up. Okay, so we have some counter steering here to the right. We're going to pull towards us on the left. Pulling that handlebar there. And sometimes you do it real fast like this, so you just kind of go right to left, right to left. And sometimes you got to do it real fast when the corner sneaks up on you. There's one of those corners over here that comes up. So this one here, we're going to pull back towards us on the right, just ever so slightly to lean it. See how you do that? You're basically forcing the bike into a lean, left to right, left to right. Okay, so we have a stop sign coming up. I start to coast as I see everyone stopping. No reason to zoom up to the light, the traffic stop. Notice we're still moving anyways. I see a lot of guys do that. They go right up to it and then jam the brakes on, and you get there like basically at the same time. You don't have to like jam the brakes up. Okay, here we go. 1st gear, clutch in, kick up, 2nd gear. So remember the steps. 1st step, release the throttle. 2nd step, clutch in. 3rd step, kick up down here. 4th step, release the clutch lever. 5th step, roll on the throttle. Alright, we're going to get on it here. Speed limit 55. We're going to get up to that speed. Now we got a sharp corner here to the right. To the left. So what are you going to do? You're approaching it. What do? You're going to pull back towards you on the right, push forward on the left. Watch this. Here you go, right here. Kind of a sharp corner there. We got another one here. You're going to do the same thing. Try to stay in the middle, because sometimes those other cars, you know, cross over. What are we going to do here? Pull towards us. Look at that guy. He's all waving. So he's awesome. He's doing like a one-handed coming around that corner. Now here's the one here that's really sharp, if memory serves me correctly. Let's see. Oh no, this isn't it. Okay, we're coming to a stop, start to brake, clutch in, kick down. Clutch in, kick down. All the while we're braking. Clutch in, I'm in neutral. That's fine. You just kind of coast along here. See how the bike's still moving even though we're neutral because we're like going downhill. We'll let this person, why did the person do that? Oh, see, there's a train. They wanted to go that way and there's a train. We might get stuck at the train over here. Oh, here's that sharp corner. Good, I want to show you. This one almost bit me in the foot on this one. See this 30 right here, watch. I mean, I was going real fast going through this thing, not like I'm going now at the safer speed, but watch this. I'm like going around here, wah, and then this part, this one right here, because there's cars right there, and I'm like, you really gotta lean in where your face almost smashes into the oncoming car in front of you. I wish that they'd make the roads more like when you're going left, they make it kind of go like that, like to a slant. That'd be good, like racetracks, you know how they have it slanted. Okay, so we got some more curves coming up here. Here we go. Let's pick up the pace. Beautiful day today. Slight pull back here. On the right, we're slightly going to pull back here. So basically, if you're new, first gear is the toughest because a lot of you will stall the bike and trying to get it going. You want to try to give it the right amount of throttle, but if you don't give it the right amount of throttle, you can stall it. If you give it too much throttle, you flip up the bike over your head, like you've seen on YouTube. You don't have to give it that much throttle. I don't know why people give it so much throttle. Just a little teeny weeny tiny bit of throttle. So we're up to 6th here. Sometimes if you're on these long stretches, you just want to get good gas mileage, you put up to 6. I don't need a lot of RPMs right now. Notice we're only at like 3,500 RPMs, just cruising along here. Now, got a railroad track coming up. Let's talk about this. Shift down to 5th, shift down to 4th. I'm not braking yet. Watch this. Shift down to 3rd. You don't want to be braking going around railroad track. So I'm in 3rd, right? I'm even going to shift down to 2nd. Now, check out these railroad tracks. It's like railroad tracks around a corner. And what I'll do, I'm going to stand up in on the pegs here, just a little, just to kind of not give me a tank slapper where I hit the tank here. So I'm up to 3rd, and someone's brakes are burning bad. Probably that guy that was back there on the side of the road, something's burning over there. Okay, what are we going to do here? Pull back towards us on the right, right? Keep your eyes on the road. Why is this guy stopping? Oh, he's turning left here. So, starting to brake, braking. I'm in neutral, going to kick up to 2nd, because I went from 2nd to neutral, but we're still rolling. So it's not good to go into 1st when you're rolling, unless you're going at a snail's walking pace. You don't want to downshift to 1st. Mess up your motor, transmission, motorcycle. Okay. Got a 25 mile per hour corner here. If you really want to take corners right, the way they say you're supposed to do it, you go outside, inside. Notice I'm on the outside, and as you're coming around here, we'll do it slow so you can see it, you cut on the inside like that. This corner up here is just ridiculous. You practically come to a stop and then you turn, but it's a great training corner. 15 mile per hour corner, says 41 miles per hour, so we won't brake obviously. So what do? We're going to go left side on the inside here, kind of like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to turn around and we're going to do the advanced course. We're going to go back, but we're going to pick up the pace a bit. We're going to go in here and turn around, I think. Where is this place? Yeah. Not to hit the speed bump. This place is very gravelly. Okay, so we'll go out this way. Sometimes watch these speed bumps, like if your bike's kind of low, you can hit the fairings with it. Some of these speed bumps are at these really high heights. So what I'll do here, notice there's traffic coming, I'll put it in neutral. I don't want to accidentally go out in front of traffic, but now we'll go, traffic's gone. Don't want to accidentally pop it. So ready? Here we go. Clutch in, kick up to second. I'll kind of talk to you a little bit as we go through it. Clutch in, kick up to third. Now here, I just kind of coast. I don't want to use the brake, see? So just kind of coast, smoothly take the corner. Remember this one, this is that 15 mile per hour one. So this will give me time to adjust my glove here. So I'm going to downshift a second. These guys like, sometimes you can even cut across. I just cut across here. Third. So what are we going to do here? This is a 25 mile per hour corner. So I kind of just slow down a bit without braking, just let it like the engine brake and then take the corner. You don't want to use your front brake when you're going around a corner. They say the only time you want to use your front brake is if you're coming to a stop and you have your handlebars perfectly straight. You don't want to come to a stop and have your handlebars crooked, because then when you put that front brake on, there's just a little teeny patch of tire that's on these roads. Just real little. There's only two of them, front tire, rear tire. So that's why I was saying practice shifting. If you've never ridden a motorcycle, practice it with a vehicle, a car or truck. You don't want to practice shifting on the motorcycle just yet, if you can help it. So we're back here to the railroad tracks. Remember what we told you, we stand up on the pegs, but I'm not going to do that here because look, we got a corner. I don't want to be standing up. I have to be able to maneuver the bike. Okay, let's get on it. Get some cool air into the motor here. Shifting up. So you guys will get it. It's a lot of fun. They've said, it's been said, 4 wheels moves the body, but 2 moves the soul. I believe that to be true. It's just a blast. It's great to get on top of this machine that is the product of intelligent design, isn't it? Just phenomenal. And you notice once you got the motorcycle out on the straightaway and we're now in 6th gear, nothing really to do, just enjoy the ride. You don't have to do a lot of shifting, you don't have to do braking. This is why I'm going to show you, if we have time right now, my favorite freeway riding. It's fast, it's no braking, no shifting most of the time, and you just fly, and it's like being on a roller coaster with no rails. It's great. No, don't do it, blue guy. Purple, blue. Sometimes they're looking to the right and then they see there's no traffic there, and then they go because they don't see you on the other side. Little statistics for you. We share this a lot. This is more dangerous than riding on the freeway. You have a higher chance of crashing. Well, let me say it like this. Let me be accurate. You have a higher chance of crashing here on the streets, but and a lower chance of crashing on the freeways. However, higher fatality rate. Okay, so watch this. Clutch in, kick down. Look at the tach. 3,000. Clutch in, kick down. That tack's not going up there, so I'm going to keep kicking down. Okay, we don't have our foot down yet, and we're not going to put it down. We'll just keep going. We did come to a stop. Clutch in, kick up to second. Clutch in, kick up to third. We'll keep it in third, right here. What's good if you keep it in third, like the motor's tight, and so you've got those instant RPMs, but if I want to slow down, like, let's say, I don't know, right here, just for example. Well, not here, hold on. Like, let's say this corner. I can release the throttle just a little. Well, I really don't need to slow down here either. Let's just try it right here, watch. And the tightness of the motor will like cause the bike to go like to slow down, you know. So I like that, where you can use the motor to brake the motorcycle rather than the brakes. All right, so we're in third. Stop sign coming up. Taking the throttle down, notice, not braking. Speed's going down, 50, 40. Slowly giving a little bit throttle right here, because we have the stop sign coming up here. And now we're going to see if we can go out onto the freeway, and that will conclude our lesson. You're going to see why I like freeway riding, shifting down to second. Why freeway riding, I hit a bump. Freeway riding is my favorite. Neutral, first, stop to be fair and let this person go. And here we go. See if we can kick this rock out of the way. Good, I did. I don't need another fellow biker hitting that rock. Second, third. Now remember that street we were going through, those mountains, that little winding pass? We're coming up to that right here. So we're in third, 58, 60. Go to fourth, we'll drop the speed down a bit. Catch up to this car. Now, so you got a 50 mile per hour corner here. This will use slight counter steering. Just slight. See how we're doing it? See the signs here? You're going to use counter steering whenever you see those signs. Those little arrow signs, you know what I'm talking about? It's like those 3 or 4 yellow arrows. They're yellow, but black arrows pointing to the left. Okay, coming up here, we're braking with the motor. We will have a chance to pass this guy, so we'll try to pass him at a good speed. Downshifting to neutral, coasting in neutral, downshifting to first. We're in first. We'll have 2 people we're going to have to try to pass. Okay, first gear. Second gear. See how fast we do it? Watch. When I say go and then stop. Go, stop. We're already in gear. That fast. I mean, you'll be in the snap of a finger and the twinkling of an eye, you'll be shifting gears. I'm in fourth already. So there's a lot of cars here to pass, so I might not be able to do it because there's extremely dangerous oncoming traffic. Well, maybe I can do one. Do it. Or 2. Nice. Yamaha R1 living up to its reputation. You see how that's just effortless. Didn't have to upshift, didn't have to downshift. A lot of people say leader bikes, this is a leader bike, they say leader bikes are obsolete because the 600s have enough torque and enough power. And I do agree that the 600s are phenomenal. Like the R6 just has enough torque and enough power. But what I've noticed, I've ridden both, right? And what I've noticed is, hold on, let's wave to our, come on, give me the wave here, I got it. What I've noticed with the leader bikes, you've got that torque throughout the whole power band. With like the R6, and it's awesome, don't get me wrong, the R6, you kind of have this, in the lower power band, you have this, it's not as powerful in the lower power band. It's kind of like, reminds you of every other 600, but then it hits that high part of the tack, and it's like explosive power. I mean, it just phenomenal power. And that's why a lot of guys are like, well, you really don't need a leader bike, and it's true. An R6 has more power, and I'm upshifting the 6 right now, has more power and all that good stuff, even more so than the leader bikes of old. That new R6, the Yamaha R6, which I think is just a phenomenal bike. The reason why I do like the R1 is freeway riding. On the R6, you're going to have the tack ride up a little bit more, and it wants to be there. And by the way, we're going to the freeways. Let's see. Yep, we got battery time still. The R6 loves to be up here on the top end of the tack. That's where the power, it comes upon you like this, like you'll be going, whoa, and it just explodes. It's like peaceful explosion of power. What you'll find with the leader bikes, and especially the R1, is you always have this explosion of power that's on tap, as that, like when you saw me pass those 3 cars, like in the twinkling of an eye, without even winding out the tack or anything like that. The R6 does that too, don't get me wrong. But on the freeways, what you'll find on leader bikes is they don't rev up real high. I mean, look, it says 67, 65, and it's at 4,000 RPMs. And I do a lot of freeway riding, so I don't like some of the bikes. The R6 is great on the freeway, but I've ridden some motorcycles where it's like a stuck pig on the freeway. It's like, whee! I mean, because it's just so high on the tack. So here we go. We're about to launch out into the deep. You ready? Go with me on the gears here. First gear, second gear. We're going to go up to third here. Now watch this. Just explosive power. Nice Mustang on the left. Unfortunately, he's going to be in our rearview mirror. California, you're allowed to go in the carpool lane, but just look at this. Just instant on tap. We're going to go all the way up to 6. I think I'm like in third, fourth, up to 6. So notice 5,000 RPMs. This monster of a motorcycle redlines not even at 10 or 11,000 RPMs, at like 12,000 RPMs, and we're on the freeway only at 5,000. That just shows you that it's not even breaking a sweat. This is sort of like walking for the Yamaha R1. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Check out my new motorcycle jacket, Speed and Strength. And as always, may God be with you, and may He give you the speed and strength